A home is typically not something that people feel that they can easily buy outright, which is part of why mortgages exist. On the same token, a home is an asset that people feel that they can't easily spend. But this is part of why home equity lines of credit or HELOCs exist. When we think about debt, we normally think about a lump sum that's paid to us that we pay back with interest over a period of time. But one thing that's great about HELOCs is it's a way to open up a line of credit that you don't have to tap immediately. And this can be very helpful when you have a home project that's coming up where you don't know exactly what those expenses will be, and you know that they'll be variable over a period of time. But before you get involved with the HELOC, I do think there are several questions you're going to want to ask yourself before you open one up. Some of these might include, what's my credit limit going to be? How much in funds can I access from the HELOC? What's the repayment period like? How quickly do I have to pay it back? What is the interest rate going to be on that HELOC? And is it going to be a fixed interest rate or is it variable? Can that interest rate change and how quickly will it change if interest rates go up? You may also want to ask your bank, even if I open one up and don't use the funds, is there going to be some sort of annual payment I will have to make to the bank just for having it open? And if I pay it off too early, is there going to be some sort of early repayment penalty on that HELOC? So it's a great tool to have at your disposal. But I think by sitting down with your banker and asking these questions up front, you can get a lot more knowledgeable about what's involved with a HELOC before you start using the funds. I think a final thing to be aware of is it's important to bring in your accountant and talk about the tax effects of opening up a HELOC. Sometimes when you're making home improvements, there may be a tax deductible feature on the interest that you pay back on that HELOC. Coordinating once again with your professionals is going to be very important as part of this process. And instead of just when you have any sort of project thinking about, well, it can only touch my checking account, my savings account, or my investment account, you want to be aware of all the options to you before you make any final decisions.